Drama? What?
No one's naked. What happened?
Oh, yeah. Is the title could you say mis-selling this episode that we're doing today, or fully selling it? We just have unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, looking at the title, you'd think there'd be some good time going on, but it's just
Just us.
kind of, kind of meh. Yeah.
Well, you know what? If it makes you feel better, guys, under our clothes we are naked. So that.
I mean, maybe I might not be.
Oh shit.
Hi guys,
Hello.
welcome back. It's time to review another episode of TOS. Is it episode 4 or
Huh.
episode 7? It's episode 7 in production order. It's episode 4 in release order. The Naked Time.
This episode actually makes sense at this place in the lineup because there's back continuity. That's
Yes.
nice. Good.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
please. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Yes.
Yeah. They got one right, I guess.
I'm
Anywho's,
I'm going straight to showing. Put your thoughts in.
yeah,
Go
do
have
that.
real no thoughts. This is an interesting one. It's interesting. So let's know. See in a second.
Yes. So super chat or PayPal in your comments, questions, concerns, scores, reviews, whatever you want to do would be great. PayPal and super chat are both good, but PayPal's better, so consider that. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell icon to all so you don't miss any content from us, whether it be edited or live like this. And make sure that you hit that like button. Hit the like button. It's easy to do. You can do it. I have faith in you. I trust you. Do it naked. I don't care. Do it fully clothed. Do it inebriated. Do it intoxicated. Do it sober. Just be part of the conversation, whether in the regular chat or, like I said, via super chat or PayPal. Much appreciated. There's also an option to join the channel down there on YouTube, or you can head over to Patreon/Trekyards, where you can support us on a monthly basis over there. It all helps out immensely. So whatever you can do, please consider doing it. And yes, be part of the conversation. Let's hear what you guys have to say about this episode of the Treks. 15 of you here, 8 likes. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get those likes up to at least 10. Should be no problem at all. 15 would be even better. 20 would be even better than that. So hit the like button if you're just joining us. Well, Olivia, that's all I'll say about that, which is nothing. Hope you're having a better day. Yes. So Libby was not having such a best day earlier, and I feel bad for her. So glad she could make it. Didn't expect it, but thank you so much, and thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated as well. Like we said, PayPal's are a great way to help us and show support. And if you can, please do that because it's just better for us, better for you. You get more characters to type. You get, when we do our other lives, you get 2-for-1 options with that. So please consider it and help us out should you wish to. But yes, today we're talking about which was release order number 4 and production order number 7 video episode. The Naked Time with Psy 2000. Dun dun dun. Some fun stuff going on.
I am back.
He's back.
It's just you. That's my burp. All right, Stuart. Hello, hello, hello. So, the big important question for TOS reviews. What do you think of season 1 episode this one? To be and importantly, how does it feel on multiple watches? As good as you thought, remembered, etc., with our deep dive breakdown logic.
I mean, I've already seen it multiple times during my life. But yes. Before we get to that answer, though, Olivia throws in $5 and says,
Oh.
disappointed. Watch this episode expecting Caps only fans got this
Mm.
instead. Well,
So,
you got to send $100 in PayPal.
no, yes,
Then I'll
perfect.
send you the link. Then I'll send you the link to the OnlyFans. But anywho's, um,
Canon.
so in response to your question, this one, I mean, yeah, I always notice little things, especially when you review State of Mind. There's some things that are kind of flawed in this episode, but overall, it's a pretty standard episode of Star Trek in general. It's funny, when me and Sylvia watched it yesterday, we watched this and immediately watched The Naked Now, and it is remarkably surprising how similar these episodes are. From somebody locking themselves in engineering to Wesley's captain giving captain's decrees about dessert before the main course, and Kevin O'Reilly saying 2 servings of ice cream. It's pretty bad, actually, as far as beat for beat copy in this episode. Glad Wesley didn't sing, but hey. So this is one that inspired another episode, which was not the best, I guess. But yeah, on multiple rewatches, I mean, you just notice little things here and there. And it starts off with one of the most stupid things ever, those stupid hazmat suits, which they just hang down and you put your hand up. It's not sealed. It's silly. Um, Disrespecting a dead guy, putting glove on his head, scratching your nose, somebody getting stabbed and then having no, first of all, it's not dark enough to be blood, nor bright enough, nor wet enough. It's just like red paint smear, and there's no hole in the uniform. Um, there's a bunch of silly stuff here, let's be honest. But, I like the idea of it. There's actually an episode of Transformers that has the same kind of thing. It's a virus that makes them essentially just kind of glow red and they become evil. It's kind of the same type of thing. It's passed through physical contact. So it's a trope that has been done many times, and it's cool to see the crew behaving off script, essentially, like Sulu doing his fencing and things like that. I don't know if we know the crew well enough for if this be the fourth episode for sure, or the seventh feels a little bit better. That's where it should be. It's where we're looking at it, so that's good. And I mean, silly things like ripping his shirt to use a hypo spray. The dude, he has a neck. It's right there. What? Anyway, plus hypo sprays are designed to go through shirts, but that's fine. So there's a lot of silly things that I'm going to point out. Overall, it's a standard episode of TOS in my opinion. It's again mid grade. I think it's better, in my opinion, than Mud's Women, better than the Man Trap, but not by much. And those ones aren't my favorites. This is one I'll watch if it's on, because it's kind of fun to see some of the acting in this. Actually, I think compared to The Naked Now, the acting in this is far superior. The scientific details and stuff in TNG's Naked Now is better. The ideas that are represented, but the acting isn't quite there from everybody. Whereas this one has some really good, typical, TOS acting, which is pretty good. Like Shatner does a good job. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to break it down, but that's what we're doing here. So that's my thought on it. It's just kind of middle of the road for me, maybe a little above average, but yeah. So hope that answered your question. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Or is it
Now, Sam.
Jolene Talk? What's the name of the lady? Kathleen Talk.
Kathleen. I'll take you home again, Kathleen. I'm not going to sing that.
Thing is, they only had like 14, 15 minutes to live, so if it was a 3-minute song, he only sung it like 4 times, right?
One more time. I love Kirk's reaction. Not again. Anyhow,
I think everyone would say that as well.
Speaking of not again.
Yep, there you go. Well done.
Sam, we want to hear your voice talk about things and say what you think about this episode.
Do we? Is that what you're saying?
Here we go, guys. One more time.
One more time.
Sam.
Hello.
The floor is yours. I want to hear your TED Talk.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an episode that, I mean, TOS is obviously going to be a lot of very simple ideas. Stretch the wrong word, but done, here is premise. Run with it. Right? And so the premise really determines how successful the piece is, and the guest acting. It's kind of good they didn't, kill their own regulars. They always introduce new people to fill the death role, which is useful because, this is the first episode where the entire cast are here. and because of the nature of the beast, you also, I mean, this might be the most full episode of any TOS episode, given they have Rand and Chapel. Don't know if there's ever an episode with all of them together. We'll see. So this might be the one, right? Which is cool. It's a story that, yeah, starts off with infuriation, and you certainly don't mind if the guy dies because he lets himself down. Well, there's also an episode that the first time I watched it, it was fine for the first half, as you remember, but in second watch, you have to hear every goddamn line of dialogue. A lot of them are really low in the mix, and I missed a whole load of one-off that and if you don't know they're important, whatever. There's so much one line that are important that I didn't catch loads of stuff the first time round that's, you mentioned and I just nodded along with, thinking he obviously was there. Like I didn't catch the first time Kirk saying, you can notice my yeoman. I missed that first bit and assumed meant the ship. Like you can notice the ship, I can't. Like loads of little things like that are there, but so it's really dense in that regard. There's not a lot of wasted dialogue unless the scene counts, whatever. Some really, really good line reads from Shatner. Sorry. That was like a perfectly pitched sorry to Uhura. Like, masterclass of tone. She has lots to do this week as well. Good for Sulu.
Many episodes where they're under pressure. Corbomite maneuver. Mud's Women, where he snaps at an officer and then immediately apologizes because he's under a stressful situation.
Also, yeah, Kirk is a snapper, but always responds afterwards. At least in the situation. What?
It's like me.
Well.
I'm the same way. I get aggravated and I snap, and then I'm like, sorry about that.
But he's always man enough to kind of, help deal with it. It's a tricky one to work out because it's there's a few really A-star bits, and for me that's the Kirk and Spock scene. That's the Spock by himself scene. I wouldn't say necessarily the Chapel and Spock scene is A-star, but it's very interesting. But there's some really stupid stuff. Just flat out, this is bad direction, bad writing. The ending, sorry, the ending's not good. I would go as far as probably say bad. The lack of shots of the ship reduce any sort of tension or feel. They just 14 minutes to die, and we see a very poor view screen. Like you'd be so close that wouldn't even be the effect. Blah blah blah. They don't even. The remaster isn't even trying to make it interesting. So visually, it's not a good ending. And then time warp out of nowhere with an effect that means nothing, and then abandoning the premise after the last. It's the worst ending so far, hands down, of the episodes, which is a shame. And also the intro is also one of the worst episodes, probably the worst intro so far as well for logic. So it's the middle. There's good or bad, and when, like I say, when Shatner gets infected, there's fun, and every character gets something interesting to do, kind of, and like seeing McCoy once again confuse people being ill. They keep putting mysteries in front of him. Well, this person can't be dead from that plant. I'll work it out. This person's twinned. I don't know how. I'll work it out. And so, he can't be dead. I'll work it out because he just didn't. He pad made, hadn't had the world to live. So it's an episode of, I probably the most extremes of episodes so far, with the most weak parts, the most good, and like strong parts and weak parts. There's more of a contrast. But good use of the sets. And they do sort of try and make it 20 minutes left or 20 minutes left of the episode. But then you can't really get past Spock delaying Scotty. Like, if they're 14 minutes and he delays them by 50 seconds, then he's delayed them by like 7% of their entire lifetime, which means that he has to be 7% quicker than his already too quick. And no one rushes that scene. It's embarrassing. There's them contrasts here. You could probably take out 20 minutes for excellent Star Trek, I'd say. But you could really do like a blunder 10 minutes. It was like, that's not good. Yeah.
Dan makes a good point. According to at least one source, this episode was to have been first part of a two-part story that would have concluded with Tomorrow Was Yesterday. Yes. It's a hell of a way to end an episode. We can time and travel, go to any planet, any era. And they do that in Tomorrow Was Yesterday. But, okay, we're at the naked time as far as production order goes. Next is Charlie X, then Balance of Terror, What Are Little Girls Made Of, Dagger of the Mind, Miri, Conscience of the King, Galileo 7, Court Martial, Menageries Part 1 and 2, Shore Leave, Squire of Gothos, Arena, The Alternative Factor, and then Tomorrow Was Yesterday. They really held off on that one if it was supposed to be. But they set that up because in Tomorrow Was Yesterday, they're just they get thrust back in time, and tomorrow is yesterday. It's Simon Earth, where they actually deliberately go back to spy on Earth. So it's quite interesting to end with that kind of a punch to the gut. Like, hey, we got time travel now, time warp.
And we
It's
have
just interesting.
we have 6 seconds of screen time to absorb that before you say goodbye, folks.
Yep.
And in theory, these are the same antimatter calculations that Spock remembers in Star Trek 4.
Yes. Yeah. I would assume
But
so.
it's not presented in this really. I mean, it's fine. They filmed it 17 years later, and it didn't mean the same thing. Blah blah. It's fine. But in theory, it's right here for a show that's not necessarily about continuity. Because 60s, we have so many bits actually are connective tissue. I really appreciate that. And I never knew that was mentioned here, because why would I? It's such an off note, right? So it's like, wow, okay, huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of her, though, Stuart, vote in the poll, everybody. We want to see at least 30 votes. You got 14, 23 of you here. Vote now. Rate the episode.
27 people here, actually, and 16 likes. So hit the like button and vote in the poll, guys. All right, let's get underway. So they start by orbiting Psi 2000. Dun, dun, dun. Planets in its death throes. They're there to pick up a scientific party that's been studying the planet. But they obviously know something's wrong, because they beam in with these special hazmat suits, and Spock has one of the radiation type detector thingies. So they probably, and I also noticed too, this outpost has just regular doors with like funky, elaborate, spirally door handles on some of them. And then the flocking that they use for the snow, which is what they spray on artificial Christmas trees to make it look like there's snow on them, which gets everywhere. It's coarse and rough and irritating. Gets everywhere. So really good set dressing, I gotta say. But I hate the suits right off the hop. I always have. Even since I was a kid, I thought they were stupid, because why would you just have a thing hanging and reach up and scratch your nose? Like, what? And I don't know if we see these again. Might see them one more time in TOS, maybe.
One more time.
Ooh, I like it. Good catch there.
That was organic. That was good, right?
But I gotta say, the strange.
Oh, we lost you, Stuart. Hold on. You did that intermittent audio come out. About to say, Stranger was it better? Keep talking till I tell you when you come back. Don't worry. Keep talking. Keep talking now it explodes. Nope, still not there. Vote in the poll, guys. Wait. Oh, he's back. Hello. Stranger Worlds.
There we go. Stranger Worlds did it better with these suits. They had the same red color. They had the circular things on them, but they were actually sealed. They were real suits.
They were suits.
So Stranger Worlds got this right.
Yeah.
But yeah, right off the hop. And the communicator thing on the wrist. I mean, later you see their space suits, or their extra vehicle EVA suits, and they got the communicator on the chest. This has a communicator band thing on the sleeve, which is neat. So there's some cool stuff going on, but it's always bugged me ever since I was a kid. You can see how stupid it is, right? But everybody's frozen to death. So
yeah, it's a couple of things I know. One, it's a cheap as a hell set that I don't even know what it. I don't know if it was built as a set or it's just another part of another set they just covered in stuff, because it feels so undesigned.
yeah.
Well, it does remind me of the where no man is sort of colony they're on. But yeah, the snow looks fantastic. They say a little bit later, although look at this chair, it's just like a bloody stool. So they're here to look at this planet, but they're left here, and they're left here also after the sun died, and therefore they all died of obviously this. Potentially there's 06 of them, I think they say. Potentially somebody like cracked the window, I'm not joking, and let the outside atmosphere in, and that's what killed them, because their interior couldn't keep up with it.
Oh.
But the way they frame it is they all just died passively, although then they also say, like, because no one dies passively in our TOS crew, they're all doing very active things. So I don't know why they'd all be. It's not like Serenity where they all die because dead. It's a weird.
They kind of fixed that in Naked Now.
Yeah.
Everybody was running a fever, sweating. So why is it so hot in here? So we're trying to get cooler, right? Funny thing with that one too. Of course, that happens on Oberth class ship.
Mm.
And in the one room right at the beginning, there's two TOS chairs as an homage to this
Yep.
episode, which is
Good,
great.
good.
But yeah, so they're just trying to cool off. They've all gone crazy, so they either turn off the heating because it's already a dead, icy world, as they said at the
Hmm.
beginning, because the sun has been gone for a
There's no
while.
surprises here. And they even say it's
No.
predictable, the crunching of the planet. So everything
Yeah.
is by the
Yeah.
numbers. It'd be fine otherwise.
They mentioned that in Naked Now too. The star was collapsing in Naked Now. This one, the planet was collapsing. So there's gravimetric shifts in both.
Mm.
And that's why it's a different strain in TNG
Mm.
because it's a sun, not a planet. Silly things like that. But
Yes.
anyhow, yeah. So then we find a body of a woman who's been strangled and turned into a mannequin.
Well, I've heard extreme cold ruins the skin.
I mean, her skin looks pretty good. It's
Yeah.
one of those things you might not notice on a 60s TV, but my God, they did this better in TNG. They actually had a person, so that's good.
Oh, good, good. Yeah. Maybe this material is somewhat toxic if you put it on somebody's skin like a lot and ask to sit there for an hour. So this is just too dangerous because,
Probably.
sit in snow. But what would be the possible rationale? I joked to you in another review. They don't have to pay residuals to them. But yeah, to have that level of shot is just dumb. The whole scene is dumb, especially as why is it Spock and Guy? If you've got limited time, they're all dead because there's no heat signatures. Not heard from them. The sense of this is send some security just in case. Send more scientists just to make it quicker.
McCoy.
Look,
Just in case there is a virus or something. Yeah.
It's a sort of nonsensical team, and the vibe is weird. It's just sort of because it's definitely an odd one. And yeah, when the guy it's like I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt that this is such an advanced suit, which I like the patterning a lot. It's just how it's formed is not very good. I'm gonna give benefit of the doubt that there is actually a base electric charge that is through it, so it doesn't need pressure because electric EM signature is not allowing stuff to pass through. So him just taking it off as a glove.
Support belts.
Exactly, just underneath the suit. Yeah. So I'm absolutely fine with that. Him pulling it off as just fabric. It's so advanced, it doesn't need to be. I'm actually fine with that. Just put it on that guy's head is so unbelievably disrespectful for a scientist. It boggles belief, genuinely. I wonder if that was a direction from the director to make you dislike him because he, later on not like him, I guess. I don't know. It's a very, very odd note, and also the fact that you can just pull it up. Maybe this is the easy suits. I mean, we have the spacesuits later, but it's the direction is not good in this episode overall. There's a lot of poor direction. I imagine this is part of it because he could have a much better way of doing this. Because in the script, I just said he gets infected, but they're doing this with it. That's just poor.
With the suits, I think they might be implying that they're not like hazmat suits necessarily. Maybe heat suits because they know it's cold. Cold.
They don't know virus, so yeah.
But they're red and they've got like little element things all over them which could provide heat. Like they don't go into it, but
it's true. We're assuming hazmat, but why would they assume hazmat?
Yeah.
But then again, that doubles down. It's obviously beyond freezing. So the fact that he had his hand out and because that's the thing, hey, put the glove back on, he'll be fine. The fact that he keeps his hand in sub-zero for a prolonged period of time is why he dies. So it can't be that cold if it is that cold. There's a lack of logic here. Mm-hmm. And I assume that's some guy's blood on the side?
Well, I think it's meant to imply that it's an alien virus that went horizontally towards his hand instead of dripping on it. That's the way they have it framed, clearly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And then I always thought him doing this with his hand and putting it up and smelling it, I assumed this was because it had gone into his skin and it kind of tingled or something.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, now it could just be his hand was cold because it was out of the glove for the short amount of time. But like you said, it's really cold. So I'm not sure what that's about. But both smell your hand, did I wipe my ass earlier? No.
Look, he's not a smart cookie. Okay, we can say that. But yeah, they oh dear, and it makes me laugh both times I watched it. Spock saying, "It's unlike anything we've seen before."
That's just to create tension for the commercial.
I know, but it's your job. You get 5 million quatloos a year each. The inflation rates on those are terrible. To go out and explore strange new worlds. And here it is! Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So all the personnel frozen to death in highly unusual circumstances. One person showering while clothed. Now, again, I'm going to mention the naked now real quick.
Mhm.
And Riker's like, I seem to remember somebody showering while clothed. How long will that take to look up, Data? Could be hours. And then Data's like, still haven't found anything. And he's like, history. I was reading the history of the Enterprises. So that narrows down the search, and then they find it. So just for future sake, for Data in the future, I made sure to tag in the tags of this video, showering while clothed, so that when they do a search in the future, they'll find this video and they'll know. I'm just sorry, I needed to add
what I'm hearing is you're a Billy Savior. You're a hero.
I'm trying. Yeah.
You do the work that other less brave men won't. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well,
but Kirk goes on to say that they're measuring the breakup of this planet, so they need close scientific measurements, which bugs me a lot.
But they do fully go into why.
Kinda.
This is the reason we got to do it, because this is the reason we got to do it. Irrespective if you think it makes sense, it made sense to them, and they gave you the full reason why. They're not just doing it.
Yep.
And they even say, I didn't catch this again, as the planet's shrinking, they have to stay within a certain thing, so they have to yeah, cool.
Plus gravity increases because it gets denser and denser, so you have to compensate more to keep the same distance.
Didn't even think of that, yeah. Although why is it compressing down anyway?
Because it's collapsing. It's just
Planets just collapse.
It's the end of its cycle. Yeah.
But it's explained, which I appreciate.
Yes. Then we get a decontamination scene.
Although I do briefly like how they constantly say, oh, this is fine if everything goes well. Our engines are good at normal. There's a slight tongue-in-cheek of the scriptwriter knows. Well, we're fine unless something happens to us.
Yes.
And it won't, right?
Of course it won't happen. Yeah.
There is funny foreshadowing if you listen carefully.
Yeah, and he's in this case they turn the engines off, or
yeah.
Says. And in Naked Now, they just pull out all the isolinear chips, which is the control circuits. It's like,
yeah,
it's weird how similar they are. It's
you
got to watch them back.
Intentional.
You got to watch them back to back.
Homage.
I know.
I mean, Gene did both, so he's allowed to. Anyway, the two guys beam up, and they decon. And it's interesting to note that it feels like such an obvious thing of, well, A, I guess there's the precedent, but B, of course, these only decontaminate the outside of the suits, not the inside. So either way, it wasn't going to help, which you think, oh, yeah. But no, obviously. And this is when you realize this is why you need the NX-01 gel. Because that gets inside the suits. Am I right?
Yeah.
Step backwards,
no, because it absorbed into his skin.
Am I right, Stuart? Come on.
No, because it absorbed into his skin.
We want the gels.
Yes, sure. I want to see Spock rubbing down. Termolan is his name.
We do. And if you want a super chat to see that in AI, I'm not doing it. No.
Anyway, they end up going to sickbay because Kirk orders that, and McCoy's talking about his blood pressure being low, practically non-existent, and the green stuff in your blood, or that you call blood. His first real kind of McCoy and Spock banter, like the frenemy banter. It's been close before, but this is the first like real instance of it. So, yeah.
It is kind of just meanness, really. Like he knows all about, but he also doesn't know how Klingons work in Star Trek 6. So he's not that good a doctor. He's saying it as
an old-fashioned country doctor, man.
I'm obviously joking, but the fact that he says this, despite having had Vulcans in his textbook since he was a kid, this isn't the thing you would say in any situation ever, right?
How many half Vulcan, half humans are there? Spock's readings would be different than a Vulcan, so I'm just saying.
True, fair. I love the way they show the mechanicalness of the bed, really strong, because that's it's a very little fortunate like he pulled them up. It's cool.
Every time I see that now, I just remember James Cawley getting his finger crushed in it when his son moved the bed.
Oh damn!
Up.
I was not there for that.
Broke his finger. Yeah, you were.
I don't remember that. Ooh,
Yeah.
ouch.
Let me get this dipshit saying it was terrible. They were just sitting there. They didn't care. I keep wondering. And he doesn't finish it, but Kirk finishes it for him. What if man was meant to be out here and yet you keep signing up? That was an assumption on Kirk's part, but later they talk about him having those doubts in his medical logs after he dies. So I don't know. Small thing, but I don't like this guy. It's um yeah. Let's see. I like how they say set up those tapes, Mr. Spock, instead of data or files or whatever. It's tapes because this is the 60s. That's what they know.
It's okay, they're tiny and wooden. It's fine.
Let me get Chapel shows up for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with I assuming a very, very wig, because I can't believe that's really her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always been awkward, but the way her badge is sewed on is awful. It's like they designed the uniform and then said, "Oh, we need a belt," and they're like, "Oh God, we can't put it on the breast. Higher. There's nowhere to put it. No, it's fine. We'll just sew the top bit and the two side bits and leave it hanging and flapping." It's awful. It would never be on set logically, but it's such a variant uniform, right? Doesn't matter.
I like where it's placed. I like it there.
But it's
like
open and flappy.
the way it all kind of collects together. It looks like a brooch almost holding it closed. It's not, but I always like.
But it shouldn't do that though, because it should be a formal Starfleet uniform professional. That you know what I mean?
I think that's her medical smock though. It's not really a black colored uniform now, is it?
Yeah. I don't know. They both have weird uniforms. They have a briefing which has Rand, so the entire cast are here, which is nice.
And they do say a crewman with a phaser pistol in his hands, which you never saw. He used the computer room as if it were an amusement gallery.
Didn't see any evidence of that.
Shot the place up. I know. I would have liked to have seen that.
It's like, what a supposition.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting there.
That's a different guy. That's
engineering. Oh, okay. I assumed it was the same room because we only saw one room, so I assumed that was the room. No. Okay, fair enough.
And then Kirk's like, it'd be funny it'd be laughable if it wasn't so horrible. It's like, wow.
But I mean, I also thought it was a really weird line, but I guess you have to deal with it somehow, and you know.
Yeah.
That's a way.
But no drugs. McCoy makes a point of saying it's not drugs, it's not intoxication. Makes me wonder if they brought the bodies up. They're in the morgue somewhere.
Especially since they have a 3-day reset.
Yeah.
And assuming either version of time travel, they easily could have known exactly when they were going to be there and then get them after. Because I'm sure the point of sensor blackness when they are falling through the planet. Whether the sensors don't work, whatever. But yeah, they still ignore it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then we get first use of the not replicator replicators, which I love they're this early.
Well, I want to say one thing real quick that I now reading it makes more sense to me than hearing it.
Excellent.
Where Kirk says, Earth science needs the closest possible measurement of the breakup of this planet.
Yes.
To do this, we need the Enterprise in a critically tight orbit. So cool. But I still don't understand why they just want to put a probe. I mean, the probe couldn't maybe make the correct adjustments.
It's not good enough
for the gravity. Sure.
We only have so good a probe.
Yeah.
You know, Nomad for a better probe.
Oh, good God. Yeah.
Yeah, then they're good.
And I also use this episode in particular when we used to do our mission briefings. Remember, like, this isn't a briefing, guys. This is just you guys talking. And I used this clip once or twice to answer that because he says the purpose of a briefing, gentlemen, is to get me answers based on your abilities and experience. That's what a briefing is. You ask everybody what they know about the situation. That's what our mission briefings used to be. Look at this ship. What do we know about it? Let's have a discussion. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, but it you know, he's calling them out while not calling them out.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Because you have one job on this goddamn ship. It's stupid, but they're going to do it. You know?
Yes.
Mm.
Guys, throw in a super chat or a PayPal with your thoughts, theories, reviews, scores of this episode, and hit that like button. We have 16 likes. I'd like to get up to 20 though, so engage.
Then we get the redress of the briefing room. I always like the redress of these sets. They don't even try and answer what these things are, but it's certainly illogical that he could put an "I order this" slot in the hole and it move it in 2 seconds, right? So in theory, it's either being beamed there or being replicated there, or
I would assume beam there because technically they don't have replicators in this stage, but
unless they do, but
well, they mentioned the cooks later, so
they do.
it could be that you select your meals for the day or the week with the cards, and then when you're ready, you put it in, it beams it to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's a question for a Trekyards episode at some point.
Because it'd be such a waste of power, but also if you're being this little amount of mass. But either way, it's kind of a waste of power. But it's cool. I mean, it just appears. Although it could have done with being, this is a very minor note, to have it already open, empty, like a magic trick, puts it in, goes down. Then also the prop people, they swap it out within one take, and then it would have been a bit cooler thing.
They do that in The Children Shall Lead. They keep changing ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. But he takes it, it's unlikable. And I always like when you know the set so well, and you're like, oh, that's a new. They go and get coffee from the coffee station, and that's a wall panel and a comm panel. Yeah, just shove stuff on the wall. Cool.
It looks great though.
It looks great.
Little room.
It does. It use the set art design and just it really does. And it's just funny to think they have a coffee station in food halls, but yeah, and you would probably assume. This is maybe sounds stupid, but that coffee machine, but coffee pot has a way of keeping it hot indefinitely, so it's always perfect temperature coffee. Because why wouldn't you, right? We can sort of do that now. So they just walk in, just fresh coffee. But I don't know, I like it. It's a fun. Watching them eat and drink is something we really lose a lot on the Trek, like for the most part. So it's fun to see.
But here we get last week it was botany, this week it's fencing. What's up with you, Sulu? Great reference, love that.
Hey, Mad. Welcome, as in hi from us to Tunisia.
Hey, Tunisia.
Tunisia. I do like it. Oh my god, his classic birthday was yesterday. Everybody in chat, stop what you're doing, get on your phone, even if you're in the bathroom, and wish Classic for Real happy birthday.
Hit like.
You need to do it. I want to see this.
Yes, Classic for Real member, 37 months at the Rick Benson. Birthday yesterday and 3 years, 1 month member this month. Excellent.
Amazing.
Now, my birthday's next Thursday. Speaking of, I won't be around Thursday, Friday next week. But then we'll figure that out later. Just putting that out there.
Yes.
And this guy freaks out. We shouldn't be out here. And they're trying to calm him down. He wants to stab himself with a butter knife, which is fine. And they wrestle him to the floor. He falls on it. And then we get the worst blood effect in the history of blood effects. Because it looks like very diluted red paint that they didn't want to stain the uniforms. And there's no hole in the uniform as well. You need to reuse that shirt, you know.
Look. Hyperspray technology is behind. You need to rip open a uniform. But knife technology is designed to go through uniforms.
Sure.
Right?
Yep. And nobody else helps. Everybody's just like, oh, look at that. Ooh, should we step in and maybe help? No, we're gonna stay playing with 4D chess.
They know what they're doing. It's a planned brawl, and it's a weird. I mean, obviously, it's a weird scene. It's meant to be, but he's very unlikable. It sort of comes out of nowhere. Once again, Sulu takes a little bit too long to realize this person that you know isn't reacting like a human. It keeps happening. He just can't. Whatever. All the furniture on the show isn't strong enough. So anytime there's movement of Radical, everything moves. We're just Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but every bit of furniture is not stable. There's a lot of movements. Obviously, blunt knife.
Yeah, butter knife. It's like, yeah, yeah. Try stabbing yourself with that. You probably less chance of hurting yourself than falling on it. So,
And then they're infected and it spreads.
dun dun dun.
Because it's you still have to keep track of who's infected in this episode. In TNG, it's just kind of, it goes so quick that everyone's infected at a certain point. In this, it really is certain people at certain times. It's very distinct.
That's the thing. And I was talking about this last night.
Yeah.
When the fuck did Kirk get infected? Was it when he slapped Spock? Because if so, it affected Kirk like instantly.
No, when he
'Cause
grappled Sulu. Because Sulu was dripping in sweat, and he touched him.
He touched his skin, did he?
Well, he was shirtless. Yeah, as soon as he touched him, that's when Spock got it as well, in theory. Because he couldn't have got it really from Chapel, and then 10 seconds later be affected without absurdly dealing with him differently. Yeah,
but he did get it. Spock did get it from Chapel. She touched his hand, and you heard the sound effect.
He did, but then he's affected instantly, and that's not how that works. Like, to be that affected.
But he's half Vulcan.
Well, yeah, but
he's in control of his emotions, don't you know? We'll have to keep an eye on it and see where he gets infected, because I'm pretty sure it's Chapel. And I still got to find out where Kirk is. I'm not convinced it was with Sulu, but it might be. Because if he grabs, well, I don't know.
I mean, touching a sweaty person. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember him. We'll see.
Well, he like grapples him quite aggressively and touches his body.
Okay.
I also noticed in this week that, and not quite in this shot, but you reminded me that I feel like whoever did the makeup for Spock, obviously the piece is not the same color as his ear, piece, but they actively colored this part of his head the same color as the ear painting to try and blend it in. But it means you can actually see more of the distinct. This is all fake because it's kind of the two fake bits.
Yeah.
First time I noticed that too. Versus just skin color.
Yeah. I had heard too that he had more of a green tint to him, but the color correctionist back in the day corrected it, which I don't really buy necessarily, but anyway. Yes, Dan Ben. It is season 1, yes. Come on, my computer is not letting me go to the next image.
And the boys at helm are having problems, getting sweaty. Then they have an operation, which is, it's good in concept, but every time they're doing a thing with McCoy's instruments, you can hear and see the top lighting where the laser was meant to be doing it. So it's not hard effect to do, I suppose, timing wise. But it's like nothing he's doing is doing what it's showing. But at least they're trying, but it's not particularly effective. As they're doing very, very boring surgery with a very ineffective Chapel. She says things which he knows. He's dead. I know that Chapel. I watched him die. So she's really useless in the scene. But I mean, often nurses are just sort of there just to help. And she's
handing him all his tools. She does the respirator for him. Like,
yeah, but I mean verbally.
Very helpful.
Verbally, I mean, she's like Gwen from Gatsby. She's just saying what's already known, but that is her role. Like handling things, absolutely. But yeah, very low key surgery. As he's just sort of dying and then dies for no particular reason.
Lost the will to live, like Padme.
I really love the respirator. Very sci-fi. That little thing can do all the regulating breathing and have all the oxygen. Was a nice touch.
Except it says disposable on it. Because it's an actual, like, real thing from the 60s, but that's fine.
Oh, there you go. It's not sci-fi at all.
Well, it is with the added canister, but normally you just have a hose hooked up to it. So.
Cool.
But back on the bridge, they need to compensate. Riley doesn't do it, so Kirk's like, compensate. Does it himself, which I love. And then back to sickbay. Yes, dies.
I guess he's going to go to sickbay, and now Sulu's be affected, and his version is going to be a rebel. He tries to get Riley to the gym, because a workout will help. An on-duty workout, really useful. And I do love the acting here. They're having a lot of fun, these two. I kind of felt that was a first take. They sort of played it, and they thought, oh, that's great. I love the energy. We'll just move on. It's like, oh, really? Yeah, it's great.
I still don't buy that Spock didn't hear them, though.
Yeah.
Small bridge. There's not many people on the bridge. It's not like there's a lot going on.
Especially all the wooden creaks of them moving. I do appreciate Riley stayed. In fairness, he did stay at his post, so one bit of credit to him.
He stayed at his post when the trainees are in.
But obviously one Irishman's worth however many of everyone else.
I just realized we have the wrong L cards. We don't have TOS L cards for these. We did it on one of them, I remember.
Yeah, it's the only one that shows the PayPal. And sick bay of a read just... I'm confused by Kirk. I know there's no threat exactly to the ship, but he's so pensive. He's so quiet until he isn't. It was an odd choice to have him be like, you know? But good dialogue, and I really like the banter. It's effortless how the Forest just does this scene. It just takes no energy in a good way. Like, he just is this scene.
Yeah. Kirk lost a crewman. Like, he doesn't like losing crewmen.
Every goddamn episode, man.
I know. Shit. It's like, how many reports do I have to write? How many letters do I have to send to parents? God damn it.
Pike didn't lose this many. He fought a Gorn invasion.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But then, yeah, they realize nobody's at helm. And then there's DeSalle, who in this episode is named Rand. Says, Rand, take over here. So he's been Connor, he's been DeSalle, he's been Rand. He's DeSalle for most of the series. I don't know if he's been DeSalle yet. But he's been in multiple episodes. He's wearing all different shirt division colors. Guy gets around.
Always the DeSalle trio, you know, all the different surnames. And then Riley goes off on one. He's relieved instantly. I love the fact that Uhura's placed to this position. Just like with Rand later, Spock is not infected yet. So he's thinking full energy. That he knows that, and then Kirk later knows that these two women, this is not remotely their role, are fully capable of doing this safely. A yeoman can helm, and a communication can sort of helm as well. That's a testament to I have this in my fan films, right? Everyone has basic qualification in everything. You might not be good at it, but you have to be qualified in everything.
Yep. I wonder if Grace Lee Whitney was supposed to be here this day, and they just didn't change the script, so Spock's like, Rand, this position.
That's
later
true.
He's laughing. Later he's laughing, and who do they replace him with? Rand, Yeoman Rand.
That's a really interesting point, yeah.
So it's Rand being replaced by Rand.
Yeah,
maybe she couldn't make it that day. He was on set. Just had the script memorized. Rand.
I mean, it might be something as simple as there was traffic in LA.
Yeah,
and she was just an hour late. It's not an important scene, right? They just didn't have that. I love that. That's probably what happened, because you're not going to have two Rands in the same. Because you tell me they're brothers and sister. I guess
you don't have to be related; just have the same last name.
Yeah, but the chance of that's
small
on one ship on one. Remember, Starfleet is a lot of humans, a lot not humans, and the fleet is hundreds of ships. Chance of two any one name is so unbelievably small.
Yeah,
yeah, I really like that.
So
good point.
Spock says security. O'Reilly's on his way to the sick bay. Make sure he gets there. Security never does fucking show up.
Yeah.
Most ineffective thing. Riley ends up in the corridor. He goes into sick bay. That's fine. Where the hell's security? It's okay.
Because no one's infected it really, so they should be there normally.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a door across from sick bay, which I don't think is actually there on the sets.
Well, like I say, this is not the same. There's not.
I know.
Curve.
I noticed it more the second time watching it. Because...
This is not the famous, which is great. It means I would kind of want to build these sets. These obviously cage leftovers, and then they remodel them because that A-frame disappears in the way it is. That's the cage. Everything just changes a bit. That's great.
Actually, the A-frame is there by transporter room on the set.
It's not the see-through bits, though, is it?
Yeah.
See-through?
Yeah. Yeah, I got some pictures of it.
Hmm. Let's see.
That's one that's yeah. But you don't see it because that's the main door to come in. So unless you're looking back that way.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm. Yeah, in sickbay, and he mildly creeps on Christine. Mildly. Yeah.
Yeah. So Joe died, eh? Well, it's because he wasn't born an Irishman. He didn't have the luck of the Irish, so he died,
Mhm.
I guess.
Is this man meant to have an Irish accent?
I don't know.
Because he sounds American to me.
No, he definitely doesn't.
Like, he doesn't sound. He's not doing. Well, hello there, friend. Like, he's not doing an Irish
Oh,
accent.
that's extreme.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't. I don't read any accent from him. So, which is good. I mean, fine. I
Yeah.
mean, George Takei hasn't got
There's
what's national. I don't know his nationality. He hasn't got that accent. So I'm assuming they're Irish American and Japanese
yeah,
American.
there's a mild accent to him for sure. Yeah. It's not exaggerated or anything, but it's there.
Real subtle. Real subtle. Oh, and the restraints are there. For goodness, for the later Sulu bit. Goodness, they look a bit graphic, don't they? Just sticking out the bed. Oof. That's when she's affected.
Yeah, that's where Chapel gets affected for sure.
And Sulu gets to have fun.
Threatens some crew in the corridor.
That man's got pecs. That man's got no body hair of any kind.
You know what he does? He's got the well, neither do I really. He's got the build of like oh my god, Bruce Lee. He's got a Bruce Lee build to him. Small and wiry, but very fit.
Yeah.
Not overly muscular,
but defined.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he probably smoked and they didn't have the same fatty foods. It was a lot easier to be healthy back then. But I'm sure he savoured this scene. It's random. It's weird. He's not being Sulu. You know. He's being lines and having fun with it. And they sprayed him down. Keep going. And hopefully he doesn't stab anybody. As in the future as well. But it's fun. And it's obviously iconic for a reason. And it's good it's one of our regulars. Because it adds something. It's not just some guy. More regulars.
Yeah. Lieutenant Brent is the one that replaces Uhura.
Mm-hmm. So if science is better to replace than communications, but her job is quite important, especially in this episode.
Yep, she reports a disturbance of Sulu in the corridor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Spock's putting it all together. Patterns occurring. Hidden personality traits.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, warp us out of here because there's a gravity effect here. Helm's not answering to control, so Kirk orders, warp us out of here. No response from the engines, sir. Impulse power then. Blast us out of orbit. Impulse is also dead, sir. It's like, oh.
No thrusters. Don't know if you could necessarily, but...
I don't think with the gravity pull, no.
But what a dick, eh? Riley turned the engines off for no particular reason. Almost killed them all.
Mm-hmm.
What a dick. Well, there's not a reason, you know? I think in the TNG one, he thinks they're pretty, so he pulls them out. Which is not a good reason in itself, but is a reason, right?
Yeah.
And now they're all doomed. And then Sulu comes aboard. It comes up.
Yeah, I like how Uhura's like, Sulu, give me that. I'll protect you, fair maiden. She's like, sorry, neither.
Yeah, what is... Sorry, neither?
She doesn't need to be protected, nor is she a fair maiden.
Oh, I mean, I think she's a fair maiden.
Get the fuck off me.
I think she's a fair maiden. I just realized that...
You're right. Kirk does tackle him there, yeah.
I just realized that Kirk jumps over the banister to get down. That's awesome. That's a well-built banister. But this is obviously where Sulu Uhura gets infected. And so I think Uhura, bloody the best person in this entire episode dealing with it. She's always on her job. She never leaves. She doesn't do anything radical. She raises her voice once. She's the MVP of this one in terms of dealing with virus. Well done, Uhura.
Yeah. I also love when he like knocks the sword out of Sulu's hand. It lands like that on the chair. Like, that couldn't have been more perfect.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I thought it was staged when he goes back down, but no, it landed like that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's like, what are the odds?
Well, I just thought in general this is a really good little stupid stunt. Shatner really goes for Sulu here. Like properly goes after him to sell the moment. It's quite aggressive and it's quite full on, and they're obviously both fighting. And then Spock comes in, and then as soon as a proper like downfall, there's no mat there or anything because this is just the 60. Yeah, I mean you can see it.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It was pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean we have seen that a couple of times. They do their own. There's a bit in with Daystrom where Kirk like throws himself from the laser beam, and it's him. He throws himself against a concrete floor. This is gonna hurt. So this is it's a relatively small fall, but George K is doing this, and it looks good because they're doing it. So it's a good. I wonder if, let's say with the sword, I wonder if they looked at this. Well, I guess they can't look at the tape because they can't do playback. I wonder if they were so keen to look at the tape and said, "Oh, everything about us is so keen, we're not going to change it." Because yeah, sword's cool too.
So,
And those two are infected.
Yeah,
They pull them off.
Kirk wants to talk to Scotty in engineering, but O'Reilly's there. And Kirk's ready to go down, and the door won't open to the turbolift. And he's like, "Clear that tube," which I love that line because it means the one that just went down with Sulu, there's no replacement there yet. So it's not like there's always a turbolift there. I love that. I think that's great. Nice little starship operations thing. And it does take a second for her to clear the tube. Get it. Anyway.
And I missed that first time because I assumed watching it that Riley was actively stopping the turbolifts.
No.
Because he obviously could.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a second, because I assume that they've already left with Sulu, so it is currently clear, but they have to get a reserve one to come in.
Yeah.
They have to let the first one finish its journey, and then the other one comes in.
Well,
to be safe.
Get out of the way. Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I mean,
there should always be one on the bridge, right? I think that's important.
Is this ever done again? 'Cause it's such an I mean, it's beyond unnecessary, right?
No.
But it's a cool
This is
something.
This is something you bring up when they talk about the bridge being rotated to match the turbo lift thing outside, and then people are like, "That's a reserve turbo lift. The bridge is actually smaller, so when one leaves, another one comes right in because it's there." This kind of answers that. Is that really the case? I don't know, but it's interesting.
Really cool detail. And
I wonder if they did it on set due to practicality reasons, because there were still 3 people in the turbo lift that they needed to like take a panel off, get them out, put the panel back on.
Well, it's not all one take, is it? So.
Oh, I guess not.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been, if it was one take, that'd have been super cool. But there isn't one take. But then Kirk runs through the sets. And this is when you know this is not the same final set, because as he runs up, that's not where engineering is. It's not engineering, but that's not the doorway to engineering. There's not an end there. There's not that side.
What's engineering? I know you're talking about the sets, but it does say engineering control room, not necessarily main engineering.
100%.
Because it is the layout inside is totally different.
But there's this weird corridor that comes out, which would normally be to engineering any other day, and it curves and it's purple, and it's like, what is this? They've obviously there's a segment that they then break apart and then do the final version, but it's like, see, it runs out the main corridor, so it's just really interesting. I'd love to kind of rebuild this because it's not the same set design. I also thought this was really not poorly edited, but this is a very shot reverse shot, and because of that, the pacing's weird. Like I love Trek shorts, I'm limited by what I'm filming, but the tension here isn't quite right. We're going to die. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
doesn't really work.
Captain John Taylor or John Nail, John Taylor. Sorry, throws in £5. So thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Brent is Brent when in blue. Vincini when in red.
Just so you know, that's cool.
Did you wish him happy birthday yesterday, like I told you to?
What, Matt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. But yeah, the only way to go is to break through the face of the wall. And I like how he says, go to my office and get the specifications of like how to. So here's an office. It's cool. Well, why has Scotty got a phaser on him by default here?
I don't know. Wish somebody confiscated engineering, so maybe it's standard procedure.
Oh yeah, I guess he grabbed it in the meantime.
Yeah.
First thing he thought was get a weapon and carefully, slowly put the leather thing on your hip. It's just because they stand out so much with the phaser belt. It's so unsubtle, whereas normally phasers is really like gentle on your hip.
But O'Reilly's singing and dancing and engineering.
Having a grand old time. I really do like the lighting in this week. As we're on the bridge, there's a lot of good contrasts, a lot of bright colours. It's a really well lit episode in general. They're really using a lot of powerful lights and shadows. It's more the editing and pacing that's a problem. And they try and stop him.
Then they try to cut off O'Reilly. Brewer gets some shit for it from O'Reilly. And you're not going to get any ice cream.
No. Yeah, that's when you learn some canon information. You know, there's chef,
Bowling
there's
alley.
ice cream. You know,
Bowling alley.
and it's you can't really take it as a joke. I don't think it's meant to be him just joking. So there is a bowling alley, and women do wear makeup, and there is ice cream aboard. That's not necessarily a big surprise, but yeah, this is a thing. I think that's fair, but it's worth noting.
Yeah. I love how the ship shifts and McCoy's like, sick bay to bridge, and give me sick bay. And it's like, I can hear you, Jim. It's fine. Stop moving the ship around. I'm trying to figure shit out with look. No, we're doing it on purpose, you jackass.
Dr. McCoy, you mean to me in sick bay, therefore I will screw your day over. What? Damn it, Spock.
Exactly.
Like, this is when, because we haven't done very many of these, because remember, nothing's moving, right? The actors are moving and then the camera's moving. It's not stable.
Your encoder is deactivated. We got nothing on the live. No data. Connect your encoder to...
Oh, that's new. Oh, hello. Nothing's different on my end. Oh, I'm... okay, I will lower the bit rate. I haven't done anything. I'm still seeing you, so the internet's not dead. Hello, the bit rate to...
Yeah, no, just the live stream went for a second.
Okay, I lowered the bit rate to like a third.
Cool, it's back. Seems to be back, so that's good.
Wait. But yeah, the chairs.
Dan Man says, oh, yeah, continue your chatting.
Yeah, I was finished. The chairs! The chairs!
Okay. Dan Man says there is an image of a bowling alley from a canceled video game. Yes, Secret of Vulcan Fury has an image of the bowling alley. Because there's going to be a small little tour thing you could do of the Enterprise, which would have been fucking cool. I don't get me started.
We will not.
Anyway.
Yeah, McCoy's funny. Riley, he starts singing again, and Kurt's like, please, not again. Really good human line from him. There's a few of those. Really, really strong. And first interior turbolift, Jeffrey's tube, if I'm right. We've seen the exterior, so that's interior.
I love those little magnets that he's putting on that look like little wooden houses. Because
they probably are little wooden things.
But they are magnetic because he's putting them on angles that are not like... So that's cool.
It's such a basic bitch set. It's a tube with other tubes and things in it. But it's so damn effective. And how the hell do they light this? It's actually really well lit considering it's a tube without any internal lighting at all. It's all fake. Yeah. It's great. It's really, really effective.
But yeah, where Jeffrey's tube is not how it is on the set.
I like it though.
I do too. Yeah. And that's Billy. That's Billy Blanken or Billy Billy Black there.
Hi Billy.
I'm gonna call out Billy every chance I see him.
Excellent.
It's a lot.
So they start almost phasing through. Spock uses a very antiquated piece of tech. That's okay.
Super advanced. It's been in a lot of episodes of Star Trek so far.
And they've got like 14 minutes or 15 minutes left, and they've got a phaser through.
And that kid, the kid that's handing, look at the look on his face. He's not an actor because he's kind of looking at Spock like, and then he snaps to attention when it's like, he looks like he's 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 12.
He was some guy's like brother, wasn't he?
Yeah. I like the effect of them cutting through though. And even when Scotty stops later and then starts again, he holds up the phaser and it just automatically starts. Like, that's fucking cool. That's a practical effect behind the panel, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm sure
Really
the
well
master
done.
cleaned up a little bit. Because in theory, you could roto out the hand and then retime it to the spark so that it line up perfectly, irrespective of the footage. 'Cause it's all
Yeah.
locked off. But yeah, it works well. It's simple, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't need to just be simple. I don't really
And it,
get the painting thing. It's in it a couple of times and plays no part in anything of anything.
yeah. But here it says love mankind. Later it says sinner repent. I don't know. It's just running around with a paintbrush.
Yeah, cool. Doesn't really matter. It's just odd. And then we get the 5th in a row abusive lady scene.
And it's not over yet because Charlie X is
Uh,
next. Oh god.
I mean, you can see why she might want to quit because every week.
Yeah.
And Spock does help. I do like that. And the guy, yeah. But I kind of wish Spock had when Spock. We should walk back up and just neck pinched him. That would have been a nice moment, you know. And then more phasering.
Yeah, but here it is. Like my estimates say you're going to be a minute and a half too long. So I'm going to stop you to talk to me instead of you just continue cutting, focusing on what you're doing and still talking to me, which you can do.
Well,
I'm going to add another minute to that. So there's going to be 2 minutes and 45 seconds over our time now. Thank you.
well, it's also odd that 2 different points of this episode, Scotty basically tells the commanding officer, you say I have, let's say, 10 minutes to live. My task will take 20 minutes. So what he's saying is, we're going to die. Right. Thank you for the solution, Mrs. Scott. Both times. 10 minutes to live. It'll take half an hour. I can't change all the physics. Okay, so what? We're dead?
Well,
Like,
he multiplies everything by a factor of 4, so it's only 7.5 minutes. It's not actually 30.
well, that's the thing. That's a future retcon, right? That we're not intending that. I just find it really
I
odd.
know.
Like, he is the guy, and he's offering a pointless solution both times. To the point that he is telling Mr. Spock, this action will take longer than we have to live, but I'm still doing it slowly, which means I'm killing us. And Spock to tell him, do it a way that won't kill us, so you won't kill us. Right? It's just a bit disingenuous, a scene. And then on top of that, he cuts the time away. So I just picture Scotty being like, well, you fucking told me to... Okay, that didn't take any time. And it's, you know, like, it's a really stupidly written little bit and timed poorly. Like at the very least, he could have given the phaser to the other guy and still do it. It's just very poorly written. It's very much Discovery logic, let's be honest.
It also, the shape he's cutting out is very much like the state of Texas. So I just find that amusing. But
I thought Replicator Block from SG-1.
Hmm.
And why not get a dedicated security officer who's better at firing phasers to do it? Or 2 officers who can do 2 different beams and meet up in half the time?
Interesting.
Again, not well written. Not smart.
Well, then, if anything goes wrong and he cuts the wrong circuit, like he says, he's very possible there.
Yeah.
He wants to be the one to have done it and not be able to have to blame other people.
I think the death of the ship, like he gets overridden here to not kill everybody. So I think just override his stupid choice. I don't know. It's very strange. Very, very strange.
But McCoy can't get an answer from the biopsy lab, so he runs down there.
Yes, doctor.
And then Rand's
I'm
freaking
dating
out.
the creator, doctor. Seductive voice, warp 10, doctor.
Okay. Yeah, that yes, doctor's fucking creepy.
Uh-huh.
That fucking line is creepily delivered.
Yep.
Anyway, Rand gets replaced with Rand at the helm. I just want to point that out. Both wearing red. So.
And really good. I know it's a very small thing, but the timing of the doors, her walking out, being pulled out, the camera is all perfect. That was definitely a few takes. It's really well done.
It's like how she's adjusting her hair. Like, yes, she says she goes trying to get by that off. But she was literally late to work that day. So they filled in with this guy, and she finally showed up, and they're like, let's just have her come in and take her place.
Oh my god, can you imagine if she's actually fixing her hair because makeup couldn't do it in time? God damn.
Yeah, she's just getting in, like, oh shit.
The wig isn't on properly.
But it works so well in any context.
This is like 4:47. We stop at 5. Hard out. Right, we're not done yet. Quickly, come on. Right, okay, we're done. We're joking, but that's a funny meta story you could tell.
Yeah.
But I just love the idea that a yeoman, who is in theory the assistant to the captain, is trained enough to pilot? No.
Yeah.
Pilot
Yeah.
a Constitution class flagship style craft in a life or death, gravity based, we're dying any second. I mean, she can't make it that much worse unless you pilot it down. I guess she's doing, and I assume the previous person has a preset sort of automatic let's not die coordinate set. And given that most officers, beep, okay, I fixed the pattern of course. It was one button? Yeah, it was one button. Right? They're not doing exactly, there's no giant keyboard of things, so it's not necessarily that difficult, but she's fully able to do this, and he's not doing it because she's there. There's a certain energy like, you're fine, do it. You know, he's not worried. So I really love that as a small note.
Yep. Then we get the Chapel and Spock scene.
No. Then we get the her and Kirk. Tiny yell.
Oh yeah.
I'm already doing it. What do you want from me? And then she pulls herself back. I'll do it anyway. That classic, you know, ETA of the thing.
Can't yell at my superior officer.
Well, yeah. But it's the most classic, like, ETA till we get there. It's still an hour and 20 minutes since you last 2 minutes ago. Like, I'm not... But the response is not, you dumbass, I told you. It's, yes, Captain, I'll try. It's like, but you know you're trying. It's just, this is the formality. And the way he says sorry is so perfectly done. Her half smile is just... That is a pitch-perfect beat.
Yes, yeah.
11 out of 10. It's so small, but it's so human and real. And I'm sure Michelle loved that. Because it really is tangible. Like, you like them both more from that scene. It's the most small thing ever, but it's really, really good. Then you get the chapel scene.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't mention they've dated for years and you know, almost had a wedding from Trelane. Like, they really just... This scene is very underwritten for all their backstory, you know?
They had their memories erased at some point between then and
that'd be a hell of a thing to do. I know. What do you think of this scene, having watched it? And what do you guys think? Because we'd love some sort of feedback from the peeps.
Yes, by all means, throw in a super chat or a PayPal, guys. I don't know. This scene always made me think that she's always had an eye for Spock, but never really got a chance to tell him, or just knew that she couldn't have a relationship with him, so she didn't mention it. So her true feelings are coming out because they're basically intoxicated. You just kind of tell more of the truth when you're drunk, whatever. But now, yeah, unfortunately, now I watch it with the filter of Strange New Worlds where they've dated and crazy shit's happened. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what else to say.
As I said,
Could be better.
Worse. As I said in another review, I think Nimoy, it's consistent with Peck. He's been fucked over so much by her that he's not looking for this ever again. There's nothing. He's never going back to this well, right? She lost her chance. Yeah. She betrayed him. So he's like, I can't deal with this, and his emotional barriers are being broken down either 4 seconds after infected, which means he's really susceptible, or with Sulu an hour ago, and he's now finally being doubly, you know, either one. But he can't process this, so it works for Stranger World. Like, I can't process you, and you make me say Christine, but it hurts because of all the betrayal you've done to me, etc. Fuck that Corby guy. Wish I could choke a bitch.
He's coming up soon.
He's coming up soon. So I think he works fine because he's so non-responsive. And from what I don't imagine personally when watching this that they actually thought that she loved him in the way that you would read the phrase "I love you, Mr. Spock."
Yeah.
That she just means, I think you're hot.
Well, that's what they built the Strange New Worlds relationship on, is this line.
Yeah, she just means she thinks he's hot, as I'm sure many women do. I mean, bloody hell, look at the cage, right? That yeoman wasn't actually thinking, you know, you might mate to the captain, but he's out of your league. Doesn't mean she loves him. But in the same drug, she might say, I love you, captain. No, you don't. You just would do him. So I think it's a bit disingenuous people say, how I read this, she's not actually saying I've loved you for years. So she's not been in the show yet, so she could be new. There's no reason to think she's not new, you know, or not years, right? Don't know.
She was just on a temporary assignment somewhere else for a while. That's the kind of
don't know
vibe, maybe.
But I like the scene. I think it's well acted. It's very tender and stuff, but it's a very weird scene. Although her wig is very distracting, I will say. It's just too... I know she has to hide her actual hair, but there's a lot of hair. And then he F's off, because he's gone for half the episode.
Yep. But I love Kirk walking with purpose with two security guards behind him. I love that.
Still the black and white phases, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love the bulkhead's not warm from him phasering it. Small note, but he's using energized laser beams. You'd think it'd be hot, but it's fine.
But he's also been taking his time, so the one side's definitely cooled off.
Sure. But they get in, expecting the worst, and they get him out. Easy peasy.
An interesting setup here because you got that circuit board thing with the door that on that side. This is just a room off of engineering, probably, which is interesting. I like that.
Yeah, because you can't really. They're not the same room.
Yeah.
Even though it's physically the same room. Cool though, a nice variant. This version of the room feels more like they just shoved blinky lights in a room. Because every console is just stuff's happening. Like look at the back.
Right.
Other ones. There's just shapes on it. They're not as structured as the later version.
Kirk is turning one later.
Yeah.
The thing is, we just saw him dancing in engineering though in front of the big things, right?
That's more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he gets Spock's first emotional turmoil. He's trying to keep himself together. I love the fact that the writers are smart enough to say, even in this state, he needs to be alone for this. He can't deal with people seeing. Very nice note.
Well, Kirk does the same thing later. Because Kirk's like frustrated and he tells Scotty and Spock to clear the corridor. They rush out. And he's done that twice now, where I can't let the crew see me like this. Clear the fucking corridor. He did it in Enemy Within as well.
Okay.
Which I don't... Whatever. It just kind of bugs me in this one because... Whatever, right? Like, not going to break down and freak out in the hallway. Like, just walk down the goddamn hallway.
Yeah.
Thing, but...
Oh, so we're all going to die.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to see your captain freaking out when you're all going to die either. You like he has to put on a strong face, right?
But you're also all going to die. I know, small thing, but that's the thing. They write small details. But this is all one take of Nimoy, and also I was really impressed here. This is a wide shot. The mic is obviously above the doorway, not at all close to Nimoy, and they capture really good sound of him doing this. What is a really difficult sound setup. And they follow him, and it's really... I don't know how many takes he did, but all the subtle things he does, he's not going too much, he's not going too small. It's more sad and
It's pathetic, really.
Yeah, it's not anger, which I appreciate, because I remember the other one where he kicks, hurts a thing. That's the rage. It's just he's feeling, and he doesn't necessarily like it. I don't know what his counting thing is, because I would expect him to go for the 6 times table, but he doesn't.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6, and then he says times 30, but you don't really hear it in you have to have the subtitles on.
Right. Okay.
So he's trying to logic it out with math.
Right. Yeah, I thought that's what he was doing, but he said 6 twice, even though it should be then. Yeah. Okay.
8. But yeah, he's stumbling because his emotions are taking over, right? So.
But what's interesting is that he's basically committing suicide here, because him taking himself out of the equation means they're all going to die. So he's admitting death.
He straightens himself up though, because Kirk comes in and acts more crazy than him, and Spock's like, "Oh shit, dude, calm the fuck down."
Yeah.
And then later, when he comes to the bridge at the end, Kirk's like, "I'm okay. How about you?" And Spock's just like a nod of fine. And then McCoy says they have a cure, which he hasn't got yet. So he works it out.
It's true. Yeah. Then we get some fun engineering stuff. Or not engineering stuff. And Sulu's fine.
He's turned off the engines. Yeah.
Darn the engines.
And the first, I think probably the only instance of Scotty saying, "I cannot change the laws of physics. I can't change the laws of physics."
That's a good line.
Which one they lock onto was for Scotty. So.
Well, they cure Sulu really quickly, and I guess McCoy isn't infected at any point. I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he touched anybody.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of hard to tell because in TNG everyone's implied, but I think he's fine. Although he makes a choice not to heal Christine.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I don't know if he knew that she was infected necessarily.
Fair. Fair. But I'd still did everybody.
But I like when he walks out. He's like, "Release him."
Yeah. Although it is interesting that I'm actually kind of like looking at So I love when actors act around the scene to give them something else, static, right? So I love that Two here is doing something, and the fact he doesn't remember anything from the bridge, which means that the cure, no one's going to remember what happened. So Christine will not remember telling Spock. Like all these things are just erased, which is interesting. There's just a dead spot. Yeah. Which is interesting. I mean, maybe they've changed that because that means that in theory, Kirk, as soon as Kirk can heal at the start of the bridge, he wouldn't remember the day, but he clearly does. So I guess they kind of ignore that straight away. Yeah, ignore that.
Maybe it's different for different people.
Yeah.
And how long they've been infected too. Like Sulu's been infected quite long.
Yeah.
So. Although you think McCoy would know that she's infected because she's just sitting there like an idiot, and he's got to lift her out of the chair. And he's annoyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when they leave the room, she's like, I'm a bit turned on right now. It's like, Chapel, stop being. It's not Tuesday. What? Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. But yeah, Kirk comes in. Really interesting, strong scene, and this is them punting with. We now have a vibe who Spock is, because everything here we take as real going forward. He's not Vulcanian, right? Everything here kind of tracks because they now build on this, and it feels like it's sad. You know, I really dislike. I don't know if this really carries over. Saying I feel what's his word?
When I feel friendship for you, I'm ashamed.
I can't imagine that's true going forward.
No, it's just because he's not supposed to show emotions because he's chosen his logical Vulcan side. So when he feels friendship, he shouldn't feel that because it's not logical. I don't know. It's not that he's actually ashamed. I think it's more to get a rise out of Kirk. You say shit when you're drunk, right? So,
but I don't think they're drunk compared to TNG, which go for drunk. They're all just kind of like reacting different ways. I know what you mean.
Make a point of saying it's like alcohol in the blood. That's what they've said a few times.
I wonder because I took it more literally, and it made me think like T'Pol would not be afraid to say she has friendship for Archer or Trip at a certain point, and it would be non-emotive to say friendship, right? I don't think that's an emotion thing per se.
I love how Kirk like smacks him around, and every time Spock and Kirk go head to head, Kirk always gets owned because he gets fucking backhanded here and flipped across the briefing room table, and that really sets Kirk off because then he's like, "Oh, I love my ship," and did you notice my yeoman? I can't notice her. I want to walk on a beach and not have a braid on my shoulder.
Yeah, is that reference?
He's referring to old military uniforms, yeah.
But he has it for his wraparound, so you know. But Barry's well, Stuart. Barry on the super chat.
Barry, $5. I like the TOS episode better than the TNG remake. Yes, acting's better in this one, I find. Science is better in the TNG one. But yeah, you got to watch them back to back, dude, because it's really quite a thing.
A generation apart, but
yeah. And this was supposed to be episode 2 of TOS, but they realized that nobody knows the crew well enough. But guess what? It's episode 2 if you take into account Encounter Farpoint is one episode. It's episode 2 of TNG.
But
funny.
But ironically, you see their worst side, which tells you who they aren't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
And also, there are new crews, so them not knowing each other is part of the fun there. Like, Tasha doesn't really know Data, so her want to bang him is interesting. It's not this crew where they've been together a little while, right? So it does actually kind of work in its own unique way. You know, except
you also get Riker saying, "That doesn't sound like you, Geordi." So they've known each other long enough, but yeah.
Bill,
yeah, that's the fucking that's stupid.
Yeah, she knows him real well.
Yep. I feel like that episode is almost setting up the sexual tension between
Geordi and Riker. No, sorry.
Picard and Beverly.
Yeah.
Data and
it's true.
Tashiar. Just a will they, won't they?
Yeah.
They just got to plant that seed super early.
It's true. Well, pure like romance. Yeah. Look, they need an excuse to show Denise Crosby's extremely well done midriff.
And that stupid spit curl that she has on her
forehead. And you know what? It's funny because I feel like we had some problem with the quality here. In this one, in the 60s, George Takei, full nip. But we couldn't get a quality in the 80s and have Tasha. All we got was midriff. I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm not really just saying, but you know. 2 almost nudities in one thing.
I love how Uhura's like, bridge to captain. Engineer asked if you found Mr. Spock, and he's like, he slaps the thing. Yes, I found Mr. Spock. I'm talking to Mr. Spock. Don't you understand? It's like, holy fuck,
But
chill the fuck out, dude.
it's not anger, it's frustration and drive because we're going
It's
to
adrenaline too, because
yeah.
like that bitch slapped across the table.
Oh yeah, this is going dum 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 dum. Yeah, and this is a wonderful scene, and it is comical a slap, but they do try and make it work. Although funny how 2 episodes back to back, but
Yeah,
bit funny 2 back to back. That's the same thing.
yeah.
And I think is that there's Shatner who does the off the table. I think
Yeah, it is.
it's a good stunt. I mean, it's these are hard edged things that it's a good. And look at that lighting and briefing. That's great lighting. That's really nice. Yeah, but Spock snaps out of it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's actually here that Kirk is actually saying the beautiful yeoman I think is beautiful and I would if I could? Or is he just saying beautiful is subjective and therefore I know she's beautiful, she's not my type per se, but she is beautiful.
No, he's saying that he's got an eye on her. That's always been the thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have voted that.
I know you disagree, but that's fine.
Zero chemistry as actors or characters. Hella ranks, but whatever. But then he swaps loving the ship.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, swaps loving the ship, and Spock sort of brings himself back in and says, "There is a warp field calculation. There is no formula." And I remember it luckily, and I will report it in our 4 minutes left to live, and it'll work to return on the engine so that we can then leave orbit and not die in 3.5 minutes. Are you okay, Captain? Yes, I love this ship. Captain, we've got 3.5 minutes. Yes, it's very sexy. 2.5 minutes, Captain. Yeah, it's fine. It's just funny that Kirk's off at this point. And I guess Scotty's not infected either. So he walks in like,
no, yeah,
oh god.
And Spock's kind of cleared his head now because he sees how irrational Kirk's being. He's like,
It's a very small note. I wonder if it was intentional, but Kirk, since Scott doesn't say help, he doesn't say help me. The me is on his lips.
Almost
is on his lips, but I wonder if that was intentionally written. Help me, and he made the choice to only say help because it just one pullback from the vulnerability.
Vulnerability,
yeah, and it's really subtle. I mean, it's not subtle, but it's really an interesting choice that is good. That little bit of control he has to not say help me, because help me is more pathetic than help, but it's really interesting actually for such a small moment. And then go do the thing, and they saunter off.
Yes.
No pace.
And he's like, Kirk's like, I'll never lose you until I kill you myself in Star Trek 3.
Until hell's heart I stab at thee. 1C.
2B, 3. Yeah.
There you go. But that's interesting that they've made I mean, I know you say he's drunk and virus, but for this sentiment to be in episode 7, that this is his thing. He loves the ship in this way is a really interesting. Like they had that vision for his character from the start.
They mentioned it the first episode Rand was in, where he's like, I don't know. McCoy says, "Don't you trust yourself?" And he's like, "I got another lady to worry about.
Yeah,
her name's the Enterprise."
Yeah, well, there you go. Continuity as well, right? It's good. It works better in order. No shit. And then for whatever reason, I'd love to know why. This shot of him in the briefing room is really crisp, clear, and well lit and bright. So as he walks out in the corridor, it's grainy, it's blurry, it's badly lit, and it's desaturated. So really I'm assuming different camera. There's like a 16mm because it is so much like that's how you remember the 60s looking. Oh, I bet that footage was lost, and that's like a VHS whatever, because it's notably worse. I mean, it's grainy that you'd want to see, but it looks like the 60s. That one looks like kind of more modern. And I was taken aback with how much worse it looked.
Yeah.
And
don't know the reason.
And he goes to bridge. We get another first person looking at a thing almost. Don't get sin or repent. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Rip the fucking shirt, you know.
Yep.
Everybody on the bridge is so calm. Sulu's back in it. He deserves a raise for being so calm.
Yeah. Just note as well, you can see the full ceiling panels. So they're that far out, which is not often the case, but cool to see. Yeah, everyone's chilling. We're all going to crash into a planet in under like a minute and a half, and the plan has no rationale of surviving or working. All good, Cap. I mean, in fairness, Uhura's been through worse with Pike, and Sulu probably has as well, and blah, blah, blah.
Like out direction, sir? Direction. What the way we came, it doesn't matter. It reminded me of the enemy within Kirk being indecisive. But then he very quickly like snaps too. So
yeah, it should be direction up,
away from the fucking planet. Don't care.
Not death. Yeah, but I guess if he's not a Helm's person, he's some science person, because it's him, is it not Sulu that asks?
Yeah, Sulu asks.
Oh, Sulu asks. And I also, it was odd that Kirk waited a long time to say the maneuver. He wastes a good 5-6 seconds of their minute just to take a moment to say it, giving us a full risk. And now I'm noticing there's a slight distortion on the view screen, but it lets down so much not see this.
Like you see like flames in the corners because they're
But you needed a cut to the exterior. You needed anything. You needed a shake, because this sets a precedent that crashing into the atmosphere of a planet, the inertial dampeners and shields are 100% fine. It's not true, right? And it doesn't have the episode. And then he has a little lustful moment in front of everyone. No, they're not looking, but in front of everyone for Yeoman.
Then the sound where everybody's like, like cover your ears, man. And also there's a shot from above where everybody's freaking out except for the front three people. What guide engineering Sulu?
Oh yeah.
they're fine, but everybody else is reacting to the sound.
Yep. It's the one take they had, mate. One take they had. They didn't want to get them all back together to do a second take.
Because the Sulu and the other guy think that the camera is filming the back people, so they're not reacting. That's what it feels like. That's
so freaking subtle. One for noticing. This is an example of TOS charm / cringe, because Shatner goes, and it's played for laughs. It is just this stupid acting, but I don't know what he's doing. It's comical. Why is that the choice you made for a very loud noise? It's a terrible choice. It's funny, but it's so Shatner. Which I then love, the drama of the Shatner, and then McCoy's like, a little bit of a sound here, right? I love the disparity. That's just who the actors are, right? They're making their choice, and it's a very, very different choice.
Yeah.
And we get a terrible non-effect. I do not even know what's happening here, and now I'm scrolling thanks to your screen caps. It's just a star effect in the middle with other stars. This means Jack.
It's like normal spaces. It's like normal spaces in that little window, and then the other stars going towards it is the non-normal space that they're in. Because Spock comes up and says, "Jim, are you all right?"
Jim. Wrong voice, but yeah.
Yeah. The engine imploded, and we are now traveling. Velocity's off the scale. We are now traveling faster than is possible for normal space. But yeah.
The engine's imploded.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, an explosion is this.
Yeah.
Implosion is this.
That's why I'm asking. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, they've reached the point of we don't know what we're doing. We're just saying stuff. So why need science advisors or like trying? This is a terrible ending.
I love the chronometer going backwards and the light's being red, and then when it stops and goes forward, the lights turn to green again.
Yeah, that is a nice touch.
But Kirk's like, time warp.
I'm coining the phrase.
It's been theoretically talked about, but we've actually done it. It's kind of that vibe to it.
We're not going to be warp 10 salamanders. That's so great. And I wonder if it's intentional, because what are the chances the star date ends at one number to 1701? Right? They must have. They probably thought 01 is 2 on the nose.
I gotta go see where, because they say the start date at the very beginning.
But it is like that's the start date that's the ship name. Kind of.
Yeah. Oh no, they don't say the start date. Just Captain's log. We're orbiting planet Psi 2000. I thought they mentioned it. Yeah, okay, never mind.
But also gives you a very, very... this is nonsense, right? But it gives you a really good sense that shipboard, it's 10:36 p.m. and it's stardate 1704.9, and then by the time it gets to 1 in the morning on the previous day, it's 02. So 1 day is 0.02-ish, which is a hell of a precedent. Doesn't matter later on, it all changes, but it's interesting their sort of settings. So 0.2 is a day or half a day, whatever I said.
Well, this is all remastered because the original was actually little dials for the numbers.
Yes,
which
that I remember more.
The remaster looks phenomenal because it's still the same effect, but it looks nice and crisp.
Yeah, let me go look. I do. That's the one. That's the one I remember.
Yeah,
which is slightly sillier. So who filmed this insert? They just go to Paramount and just make a crappy little, in a nice way, this. It's not CG. It's just something. They just film something.
There's like screws there too, like screwed on.
God, imagine filming footage 40 years later and inserting it. As as new, as ridiculously interesting concept. What's the one called again? Naked Time. There you go. Yeah, I didn't compare to the original.
Interested to see how the space effects change too. I think it's probably very similar, just an overlay of space on the footage. But the circle, I don't know if that was there. So guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. Super chat in. We're getting close to the end, so super chat in with your scores or your reviews, or you can PayPal. PayPal, you can write a longer review if you really want to let us know what you think about this episode. So consider supporting and helping us out if you can.
It is essential. Yeah. So the original is very similar, which I kind of guessed, given how weird it is.
Yeah,
it's the outer stars going towards, so kind of in reverse to how you normally travel, right? And then the thing in the middle is like a dust cloud looking thing, but it starts not visible and it becomes visible, as if they're progressing something, as if something's happening versus just is there the whole time. And the stars are also very nicely done. They're kind of like, I don't know how they did that. They're like particles maybe falling down because they're really nice. Various colors. Oh, and the time thing's quite similar. It's just they've got extra pieces. Huh. I can show it on the this thing if I do show your face for a second. So there's the dial. So it's the same thing basically, just with a few more extra things. And hours, minutes, and seconds. So it's definitely more of like a World War II cockpit vibe versus a Trekyards, but it's pretty similar. Just less professional. Anyway. So yeah, the time warp.
It's actually kind of remarkable how close that special effect is to the...
I thought they definitely chose to recreate it as silly as it looks. And then, yeah, Spock says we've got time warp. We're good. It'll work. Don't worry about it. We can go anytime, any place without any sort of continuing story, as in, well, how do we do it intentionally? Can we change the speed of the time travel? Because the way it infers, at least to me.
I think it's kind of implied, just using the... tweaking the formula somewhat, you can select where you want to go. Because it was, now that they've proven it's possible, you can adjust things accordingly to select what you want to do, right?
I agree in concept, but I also imagine that if they changed it, then they might all blow up because they know it works here. So why risk it for the biscuit, potentially? But if you take it literally, then every second can be a day or whatever. Like there's a certain potentially a limit of what it can do. So it's great they can go back and back and back, but it's not like they can beam somewhere else. It's not quite perfect.
What I call Kirk, like Kirk's like, we'd have to try it someday. Let's get out of here. Warp 1.
Yep.
And I gotta appreciate the fact that every time they say Warp 1 or Impulse at the end of these remasters, the Impulse engines are either on or they're not, depending on what the order was. Because the Impulse engines are off here.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when they're just leaving a planet, normally in TOS, they'll be on. So that's cool.
It is. Very odd ending. Very, very TNG ending.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the naked time, everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
like I said, time to put in your scores. You super chat them in. I
Mm-hmm.
will read those. You can
Mm-hmm.
throw them in the regular chat as well if you want for Sam to read them. But yeah, if you throw in a PayPal or a super chat of your review of this episode, whether it's one of your favorites or not, let us know. We do read them all. So if you want your opinion out there, immortalized in time on YouTube, by all means, support the channel.
And go watch our Edge review. It's correct. 62 views in 4 hours. So you could double the views if you watch it right now.
Yeah, at least go hit like and boost it in the algorithm, help it if you can.
Yeah, not that anyone cares, but yeah, go watch it. It was interesting because we gave very different, like not very, like there's always different opinions to this because it's a proper breakdown and we multiple watch it, and you know that's before you talk to the fans and the first reaction. You know, they're different. They're all different videos for a reason, right? So
Indeed, they are.
commenting on that. Oh, thank you, David and Chuck, for commenting on that video because it does help the algorithm. So
Yes,
thank you for helping.
Hit like.
So Stuart, what do you think of Star Trek TOS, the one with Sulu's nips, and how has it changed based on your review with me for 2 hours ish?
I hate that question because I don't think it's changed, and when I ask it to you, you never really answer it. So I'm not gonna.
Hey,
It's a fairly good episode, but like I said, it's mid tier for me. I would much rather watch this over Mud's Women or like The Man Trap personally. So it's hopefully going to be higher than them as far as my scoring goes. I don't remember what I score everything, so it's fine. Um, Good acting. I like the idea that maybe needed to tweak a few things, like Scotty, keep cutting while you're being talked to because you have a minute. You're going to be over a minute and a half longer than you need to be. So don't stop. Shit like that. You could really do without the Spock and Chapel scene. I mean, they do go into that if like, there's the kind of a tension between the two of them in some of the episodes moving on, but yeah, it's fine. Uh, Kirk did really good. I liked Shatner's acting in this one. Leonard Nimoy nailed it. The way he composed himself as Spock at the end, and that was great. McCoy not getting infected. Like I love that everybody didn't get infected. That was kind of cool. Even Scotty didn't. So um, O'Reilly, or his name is Kevin Thomas Riley, but he's even called O'Reilly. So I don't know what his real name is. I like him as a character. He is back in one or two episodes. So that's cool. Um, but yeah, besides the stupidity of the suits and at the beginning and stuff like that, like you could make a few tweaks here and there to make this much better episode. But how do they get affected then? Maybe a rip in the suit would be, I don't know, something. You do something better than what they did, but it's fine. Uh, as for scores, I mean, for enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. For TOS, all TOS, I'm gonna give it a.
there isn't an all TOS option.
Oh, what are the options?
All
There's four
Trek,
options, isn't
Old
there?
Trek, and New Trek.
Oh, for all Trek, I'll give it a 6.9. For old Trek, I'll give it a 6.6. For new Trek, I'm gonna give it a
Yes.
good.
How's that compare?
For new Trek, I'm gonna give it a good 7.4. Uh, yeah, I think it's better than a lot of the new Trek. So those are my scores.
There's your scores and you're sticking to it. As you
Yep.
should.
Now, Sam,
Hello.
what did you think of this episode on multiple watches? And has our conversation of 2 hours changed your mind at all, or how did you think of anything new, or do you have see it in a new light? I don't know. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I think I want to see at least one more super chat to hit a somewhat round number. A very small round number, but a round number nonetheless.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
You know, we don't want to stop doing TOS, but, you know, all dependent. Interesting episode. Really interesting episode. First all cast, first using all the sets. Oh, yeah, first using all the sets. It's definitely we've arrived and we've stabilized this thing. Spock is acting like Spock, Kirk's acting like Spock. Everyone's being themselves. It's definitely got some Discovery-isms and Spockardisms and the bad habits of, they didn't really think it through. And it shows where good performances and good scenes, not good scenes, pull you down. Which is why Discovery is a problem, because the actors also aren't great characters. Like, they're Sue and Michelle, and there's something special about this cast, and you can kind of sense it. We are, of course, biased as well, but they're really doing a good job in what they've been given. And it's not a lot, but they're doing more. They're elevating it, right? So it's a lot of a good episode, some of not a good episode. Averages out fine. Is it better or worse than like an average Voyager episode?
But the same as an average Voyager episode, I think. Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's good average Star Trek, let's be honest.
Yeah. Because Voyager has a lot. An average Voyager is more average across the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
This has got some really good and some not good. So it averages out, but it's not average across the board, right? So it's a different metric, but it kind of ends up the same place. It's kind of what I was going for there. So I'm glad you agree. Enjoyment. I enjoyed it more second time, I will say, because you need to listen to dialogue.
Dialogue's important.
Yeah, but more. I mean, good for them, but it's easy to miss one line. And then you don't appreciate the payoffs quite as much because every line's important. Enjoyment, and I'm not looking at the scores, right? I'm just going pure gut because I think if I was to compare them as we went, direct comparing, these numbers would be a little bit tweaked, but I'm going pure gut reaction, sort of kind of what the vibe is.
Yeah.
I am going to say enjoyment 7 because of certain scenes. All Trek. That's so tricky.
I know it is.
See, I want to say in the 5s, but it sounds harsh, but it's not great to compare to lots of other stuff. You know, like DS9 puts to shame a lot of episodes, but so does TNG, blah, blah. So I guess 5.3 All Trek? I guess? Yeah. Old Trek, and I'll go 6. New Trek. I mean, the acting is so much better than New Trek. I'll go 7.5 for New Trek. This is better than every episode of Season 1 Discovery. There isn't a caveat there. It's just better than Discovery. Season 1. You're welcome.
Wow.
Even
I'd rather watch magic that makes the sanest man go mad.
Nah, it's still the sets and still the murder. It still goes against Trek principles.
Okay, fine.
That's the one, right? But I was like, yeah, but they're close, but no.
Let's see what we got going on super chat wise. We got Classic for Real. It throws in $2. Says, okay, fine. Immortalizing Happy Birthday to me again.
Happy birthday to Classic. Happy birthday to 4.
Happy birthday to Classic.
Happy birthday to Real. Happy birthday to Real for Classic.
Happy Rainforest Ship.
To you and your house.
Trenton Bennett throws in $5 just because, and this episode was fun. Thank you very much, Trenton.
Thank you. Not just because thank you.
Yes, it helps us out immensely. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Rich Klein 7091 throws in $10.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. 7.3 out of 10. I enjoyed seeing Scotty for the first time in the series, Sulu's role, and Kirk and Spock's interaction in the briefing room.
Scotty was in Where No Man Has Gone Before.
He was.
So he's been in as long as Kirk has. Essentially, it's the first time you remember seeing him.
Yeah.
He only skipped 1, as far as I remember. He wasn't in 1, but I wonder if he wasn't in 2. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of fun to see everyone in this one, because they're actually all in this one. But speaking of in this one, Stuart, I will say that because we're on our final week of the Kickstarter, I will go live tomorrow and talk to you all about it. Offer, like we've had previously before, the ability to back the Kickstarter and give some live thank yous is always fun. So join in the same time tomorrow for a live Kickstarter chat and whatnot. We're at 99 backers, which is very, very cool. That's lovely. 9,611 out of 12,500. So we are still a way away. And hopefully some of you will back tomorrow. Take some really cool perks. 76% funded, 99 backers. 5 days to go. It ends like 6 p.m. UK time on Wednesday. So we are really getting, not necessarily down to the wire, but I can see the wire. Yeah. And it's very pointy. So join me tomorrow to look at it. I can probably tease the film out Saturday, which I did send you a link for. I didn't send you a link for.
I watched it.
Any teaser thoughts?
Nope. Marcus killed it.
Yeah.
Other dude didn't.
Yeah.
I like your Andorian.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my summation.
I'm going to hear those exact sentiments a lot. Yeah.
Marcus nailed it, though.
Yep.
Nick's a bad guy.
Nick said he played it to camp, and I said...
No.
We all agreed. We all disagreed with him. Yeah. There's a very intentional reason for the way that was played. That's tune in for that on Saturday. Share the word, of course. Etc. Etc. Yeah, join tomorrow for that.
Anywho's. Yeah, check out our Saturday content.
Oh, yes.
See if I can make it in tomorrow for that live. We'll see. Because I'm not going to be, I don't know if I'll be available for Monday for a live, and then Thursday and Friday next week are out. For sure.
Not Wonderfest or something. Oh, birthday, yeah.
Well, it would be. Because originally, if I was leaving for Wonderfest, it would have been on my birthday, which was the Thursday. But Sylvie and I are doing something for my birthday, so
I can imagine.
For a few days. Anywho's, so I don't know when our review is going to be next week. We'll figure it out though, and let you guys know.
At least when the episode exists, we'd have to wait for it to be released on network television, because it came out 6 years ago.
And if you want to watch the next one to get ready, it's Charlie X.
Yes.
And then keep in mind that the next episode after that is Balance of Terror, which better get some good numbers for reviews and stuff, because it's a great episode. Anyway,
that'll be the one. Tune in tomorrow, guys. Well, there's some scores: 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 6.9, 7.5, 9 point. No, that's not right. An 8. So yeah, all pretty similar.
All right. Until next time, guys. He's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley.
One more time.